Hey everybody, Dr. Jeff Langmaid here with Dr. Jason Deitch, and welcome to Smart Sundays, where we hop on and spend 10 minutes, I'm going to get that clock going as I say that, preparing you for the week. It is the fourth week. We are going into the fourth week of April. This is all about beyond the pill, non-opioid care for chronic pain. There is a lot that you can dive into this week with your Smart Chiropractor tools and resources. We're going to go through Monday through Friday. We're going to touch on a variety of things and just try to get your mind set up and in line to have a successful week for your practice and with the Smart Chiropractor tools. Dr. Jason, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Happy Sunday, wherever you are and whatever you believe. It's the day of rest, but it's also the day of what I think of as sort of preparation for the week. Maybe enjoy the morning to yourself, your family, your God, your life, yourself, whatever it is. Head out to nature. I know I'll be heading out in just a few minutes. But at some point today, your mind will start creeping towards the week's coming. And this really is the time, we believe, sort of in the afternoon, evening times, to prepare for what's to come this week, okay? Let's not start Monday morning when you are going to start thinking about what's going to happen. The more you prep, the more effective it'll be. As one of my teachers at Life University used to say, if you fail to plan, you should plan to fail. So this is one of those ways in which you can sort of preview what's going to happen. And Jeff and I wanted to take a few minutes and just make sure everybody is connecting the dots, all right? And what that means is that the Smart Chiropractor program is really based on a monthly topic with weekly news that relates to the monthly topic and daily posts that relate to the weekly news that relate to the monthly topic. There is a method to the madness. That's how you keep things super simple and super effective. It's how you build momentum with what you're doing, as opposed to randomly just, throwing something against the wall, seeing what sticks, seeing what happens. And also, I think probably the two most important things it does, one for you, one for your audience. For you, it gives you a system. It gives you the prompts. Most of us go, what do we talk about? What do we say? And your mind starts wandering with all kinds of possibilities, as opposed to saying, it's opioid month, it's beyond the pill week. And as you see, as hopefully you're going through the trainings, we've got Motivational Monday, Testimonial Tuesday, Wake Up Wednesday, Tactical Thursday, Friday favorites, and all of those things that you're hopefully preparing for next week will fit within the weekly news of Beyond the Pill. That's how this all works together, connects together. It's how you build momentum with your teaching and not just, well, it's Sunday and maybe I'll talk about the sun. It is a way of making sure you build momentum so people keep on learning from you. That's the idea of having a curriculum. It's the idea of having your doctor's brief and your handouts. And it's really expanding the benefits of all the work that's been done for you. So you're building, as opposed to quicksand, where everything just keeps on falling through and you constantly are starting from scratch. So, Jeff, non-opioid care, I love the saying. In fact, I'll say my mentors, a genius venture capitalist I know, in fact, over at Quid, where we've done some work, we've reported in the past, he sort of came from his very scientific mind. He started talking about the different trends that were coming up. And as we were, Dr. Guy Reekman, Jerry Klum, and I were talking to him about describing what we do, he says, this is really what we think of as sort of the care people need beyond the pill. Now, we, of course, wish that it was prior to the pill, but we do live in a culture where most people go, well, let me go to my doctor. Let me do what my doctor tells me, which in this case is take drugs, in some cases opioids. And when that doesn't work, the reason why chiropractors tend to be, fortunately and unfortunately, known as the last resort is because people come to us last, usually, and thankfully last, and not another stop along the way. But of course, it would be great if they came to us sooner and first. And that's really what this is all about, is giving people the understanding. We have not effectively been able to compete with all the pharmaceutical ads we watch every day, all day, nonstop, against our will if you open up anything that has to do with the news or the media. And that's your opportunity. If you do not become the voice of reason in your community, at least in your practice, with the people that depend on you and their family and friends, then how would we possibly ever expect people to make better decisions? Who else in your community is teaching people how to think about symptoms, how to understand what body signals are, and that they are something you should pay attention to as opposed to just suppress? And that the concept of having organic care, meaning non-pharmacological, non-chemical, non-toxic, non-drug care, is usually, if not almost always, better, except in cases of emergencies, than running to those types of toxic chemicals with repercussions first. This is your mantra. It is all of the stuff that's upstream prior to the, now let me teach you about chiropractic subluxation, pain relief, whatever skill set you provide within there. It's all the information they need so that, for example, it's tilling the soil, fertilizing the soil. It's making sure that it's ready, that sun gets to the right place. So when you plant the seed, it's actually in a fertile place for it to germinate and grow. That you have been planting seeds in non-fertile soil. You've been putting them out there. You've been teaching. You've been educating. But if the soil's not tilled, if the environment isn't right, and the seed doesn't take, then you're wasting your time, and quite honestly, theirs too. So that's what the basis of all this stuff comes in from. Again, we teach farming versus hunting. We teach that there is a process, but it's also nature. It's natural law. Somehow or another, nature has an amazing ability to grow trees, plants, food, everything necessary for us to sustain. And if you will do the same with the same type of mindset, you will grow a audience of people that have learned to learn from you consistently, that then understand how you think, become your ambassadors and advocates in your community, and become your number one source of referrals and so on. So Sunday is the day for you to read your doctor's briefs, for you to read what you're handing out, for you to read through what's going out on email with research that matters. So at least it's top of your mind. You can be more engaged. You can ask in more engaging questions. Hey, did you see the email with this week's article? What are you talking about? Oh, it's all about Beyond the Pill. And who do you know? You will be much, 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 much more effective when you just take a few minutes to prepare for your week, read the materials that are going out on your behalf, and start connecting your Facebook Lives, your daily video, your table talk, your team and staff's conversation to the material that's being put out for you. That's how you sort of put fuel on the fire to accelerate your impact, accelerate your intentions, and accelerate people's understanding of what it is that you're teaching. I don't want to take up all 10, Jeff. I'll kick it back to you, buddy.
A couple of key points, I think, from the research side to keep an eye out this week. We see over 50% of individuals who are taking opioids and are addicted to opioids, and many who, over 50%, I believe, who have died due to opioids, started taking them for a musculoskeletal issue. Super important point. The other aspect that we see is if they see a chiropractor, there's a 50%, over a 50% less, they're 50% less likely to fill an opioid prescription in the future. So those are important points to take home. Those are listed in this research. That's what we've been talking about all month. I'm going to break down one other aspect of this that I think is important as we hit our last minute, and that's what I call sort of whole body and segmental, and that's where this research brief goes to, or ultimately that's where this week number 4 Beyond the Pill goes, which is, hey, whether it is whole body, and the answer is both, of course, right? Whether it's whole body exercise or whether it's segmental movement through an adjustment, movement is key, and what we see as a foundational aspect of an overwhelming majority of those individuals who have musculoskeletal complaints that end up with opioids, they have altered movement patterns and altered biomechanics. So they are fighting an uphill battle the entire time. Their body becomes sensitized. This is the challenge. This is the slippery slope. This is the quicksand that enables them essentially to fall down the hill into opioid prescription medication. And for an overwhelming majority, think about that, an overwhelming majority of those individuals, care such as active exercise paired with adjustments, paired with nutritional recommendations, can literally change the course of their life. That's fact. That's not conjecture. But it is still our job to make sure that we get out there and get that message through to the people in our community. That's what we'll be talking about all week as we go through our Smart Tools in 10. I got the buzzer hitting me right there. So make sure you guys have a great Sunday. Ask any questions that you have down below. And for Dr. Jason, I'm Dr. Jeff. We will see you tomorrow, where we'll be back with Smart Tools in 10. Have a great Sunday, guys. Bye-bye. Hey, if you like that video, be sure to subscribe to the Smart Chiropractor. We are posting videos on how you can market your chiropractic practice in a way that teach and invites consistently. We have found that is the magic formula to big time growth. So if you like this video, be sure to comment down below, smash that subscribe button, or visit us at thesmartchiropractor.com.